we perceive as solid the frequency bands that exist one full dimensional band below the frequencies within which the consciousness is stationed. That means what we're perceiving here as physically solid, if we are at strand 3 DNA template activation, our consciousness is stationed in D3. That means what we're seeing as solid is the unified field and the shapes of energy that are in it that are in D2, dimension 2. This is very interesting because if you want to see what's in dimension 5, it implies you have to go to dimension 6 consciousness, which implies you have to go to 6th DNA strand template activation. So you can process in your body 6th-dimensional frequency. So this is the beginning of understanding what consciousness is doing when it perceives, as well as understanding the greater framework that we all exist within to be in a manifest hologram. Okay. Dimensionalization, the process of energy being broken down into dimensions, creates the structure through which consciousness can perceive the hologram of externalization. That means that if consciousness, if Source, if God, didn't create a structure of taking parts of its consciousness and breaking them down and moving them in relationship to each other, creating dimensionalization, if that dimensional structure wasn't created, three-dimensional hologram would not be seen. We would not have the opportunity to perceive externalization, which implies that the real condition of reality is not manifest. It is pure cognition, beyond form. But form and matter and density and time and space are illusions, perceptual illusions, that can take place when consciousness moves itself into certain structures, energy structures. Dimensions allow us to perceive a hologram that's very, very solid when you're focused in it, until you learn to play with it, and it becomes less and less solid, and you realize you're sitting in the middle of a thought form. That gets fun. It takes a while. It's usually about 4.5 strand activation before you can sit in a room and it comes on you, kind of like a breeze, where you start to, did I catch that? Did the walls actually do this for a second? Yes, they did. You're starting to see through the frequency bands that are making up the solid form because your consciousness is jumping up to another level. So you're starting to see that the matter forms are not as solid as they appear when you're fully stationed here. So there's a lot of things that we have to look forward to. Some things that will make our hair stand on end as we're going through. Ah, it disappeared. Yes, it did. It came back. Thank goodness. You know, I mean, it can be like the road in front of you when you're driving, you know, which can get real scary. You know? But as long as you know